You won't believe the nightmare Colt and Jamie have been through with their brand new RV.
I would have to say buying this thing was my biggest regret.
Welcome to the channel. I'm Liz. I'm a full-time RVer. I've been on the road 5 years, and I have been making videos about the good and the bad in the RV industry. Unfortunately, in today's video, it's an epically bad one. Colt and Jamie share their story as well as mistakes made, lessons learned, and advice for you if you're shopping for an RV. I'm making these videos to bring about much needed change in the RV industry. Already, dealers and manufacturers are responding to these videos. In today's video, I reached out to the powers that be, and I will share their response.
So we bought our house at a good time, and we were very excited to sell it and start the full-time RVing. And your job is every 3 months you can pick up and move across the country.
Yeah, it was going to take us everywhere, and now, we're stuck in Michigan until we figure out what's going on. We should be down in Florida or in warm weather. It just was supposed to be a dream come true.
Glass everywhere, no window. Where's the window? Oh, it's up here on the roof.
It's a living nightmare, I have to say. So there's me, my husband, my son, and my dog. Grayson is 7 years old.
So we had a 2001 38-foot Cedar Creek. We started full-timing in that January 2021.
Pretty much I gutted that one, completely remodeled it, but it wasn't fitting for our family. We have a dirt bike, a four-wheeler, we have a snowmobile. We got a lot of stuff that's adventurous. We really wanted this toy hauler so we could bring all that.
We did research for about a year and a half, 2 years. We went with the Cyclone because we liked the living room.
There was room for friends and family to come up. It wasn't going to be crowded.
So in June of 2023, we bought a 2023 Heartland Cyclone at Lakeshore RV in Muskegon, Michigan. We went to pick it up, and
he had said to us, "Oh, you're not supposed to pick it up today. I have you on a different day." So we rushed through it because they weren't expecting us.
They didn't walk us through it or anything. It was like raining outside, so they just pretty much had us hook it up and leave. I hooked it up while she was doing paperwork inside.
I paid for the extra warranties and stuff on it because I know campers are going to give you your issues. It's just typical. You have minor stuff. I just wanted to make sure I was fully covered past the 1 year because of everything going on. So I got the tire warranty and I got the extended warranty.
Yeah, we bought everything we could to make sure we were covered because we planned to go across the country. We arranged to stay at a friend's house. We got all set up. It was like 11 o'clock at night. We went to bed and we got woke up in the middle of the night. The very first night we bought this thing. Soaked. Our legs are soaked.
Well, I wanted to acknowledge that you may be sitting at home right now waiting for your next RV adventure. That's why I want to share with you RV Destinations magazine. This is a great way to be inspired about all the RV trips that you'll take in the coming year. This magazine covers Canada and the U.S. I love that it covers well-known destinations as well as hidden gems. And there's even campground reviews. The advertising is limited, so what you're getting is like a National Geographic for RVers. I think this will really help you be inspired as you think about your next RV adventures. RV Destinations magazine comes in a print version, or you can get a digital version. If you're interested in RV Destinations magazine, don't pay full price. I can get you 20% off. There'll be a link in the description. Use that link and then enter the code LIZ20. And I will see you out here on the road.
We went to bed. And we got woke up in the middle of the night, the very first night we bought this thing. Soaked. Our legs are soaked. We went out to the toy hauler area and slept on that bed for the night. And in the morning, I went up there, and there's a 3-foot tear, like side to side, right in front of the front AC. It was all highway from the dealership to our destination. No trees. We were just shocked. We didn't know what it was from. The next day, we started finding other little stuff, which we knew we'd find because I worked at an RV dealership. I've seen the minor problems with them. Then he didn't have the power to run our ACs, so we had to run our generator. It's summertime in Michigan. It gets in the 90s, up close to 100, and it wouldn't stay running. I checked the oil. We filled the gas up on the way. Just kept starting it, and it shut off like a minute later or 5 minutes later.
Well, they ended up disconnecting their pump
from their pool so we could plug in.
So we could plug in, so we could have some air in there because we were roasting. The AC units, we discovered they were working at first, and then all of a sudden, like, the bedroom AC unit was making this, like, diesel gas sound, like a brrr.
Like it was about to explode.
We turned that one off, and we were running the living room one in the toy hauler.
We went grocery shopping, and we left our dog in the toy hauler area. He's a great dog. He don't chew on anything. He's 9 years old. We got back. He's laying there just like panting, and it's hotter than hell in that thing. The AC went out.
Luckily, my dog was okay, but had we been gone longer, it could have been worse. And then that's when you kind of got a hold of the sales guy at Lakeshore and let him know.
Well, yeah, I called and he didn't answer, so I left him a voicemail.
Texted him, and then continued to multiple times, message after message, and we were pretty much ignored. And 3 weeks later, I finally kind of had enough, and I called, and I said, listen,
They weren't answering our calls, both of our calls. So we had a theory that they seen our number on caller ID. So we used a friend's phone. She finally got through.
I said, I'm not getting off this phone until you get me this service tech. You know, we're going on so many weeks at this point.
Water's just, it's raining. I don't know. It rains a lot in the summer here, and it's just being rained in all the time. Well, when we went grocery shopping, I actually bought the tape, the sealant tape. I think we bought the Flex Seal tape. I bought 2 rolls of it, and I went up there and just tucked it so there wasn't many wrinkles and just taped the heck out of it. It's fine if you're sitting still, but it comes off when you're going down the road.
Now my concern is mold, which I'm allergic to mold. I think a lot of people, you know, it makes them sick. My face swells up, my eyes close, so if it starts to mold underneath the roof, I don't want to be in this camper.
Yeah, and we also found the windows and the slide outs were leaking. All 3 slide outs leak. We bought this in June, and the service appointment was at the end of August. So that's how long we were just sitting there with a $126,000 unit that we cannot use. I raced the side-by-side, and we're missing out on events. We can't go out of state now. We're being robbed of everything we dreamed this would be.
You spend all this money, you sell your house, you have all these plans, you know, your kid's gonna see the world.
We left our friend's house to come up to northern Michigan. We got the side-by-side packed in there. We noticed once we stopped at the rest area that there's a bolt rubbing on the tire. We smelled burnt rubber when we're getting back in the truck, and there's like a lag bolt that big rubbing into our tire, just like eating it, chewing it away. There's nothing we could do about that, so we just kept going, you know. And
the caulking in the sinks, like when it heats up, it melts and it like smears all over the sink.
Yeah.
And it gets all over my dishes, and it created this leak down into the under cabinets.
The kitchen sink has 2 leaks down there, and then also like on the top rim.
The bathroom sink does the same thing, and then the bathtub where they put in like the sliding glass door, it wasn't caulked off professionally, I feel like, and it leaked all over the bathroom floor. I mean, there's so many issues that just go on and on and on that we found before we had serviced the first time. When he got me an appointment, I said, well, I work night shift, so I won't be off till 7:30 in the morning, so I can't give you a set time that I'm going to bring it in, but I will be there it was a Friday. So I said, expect us around like noon, 1 o'clock, but, you know, don't set a time because I can't promise anything.
We get there, and they said, we don't have any appointments today for service. We just drove 3 hours. My wife is going off of like 2 hours of sleep. We kind of had enough, and, you know, we went to the front and talked to our sales guy, and the service manager didn't want to work on it because we weren't there at 9 o'clock. But our sales guy talked him into it. We left for the day, and we were told to be back at 5 o'clock to pick it up. We get back, and the first thing I do is go on the roof to see what they did to it. And all they did was pull my tape off to take pictures, and then they barely taped it back up. They put new caulk around the sinks, but they still leaked. The service guy, he also said the roof's not your fault. There's no evidence of a branch or anything striking the roof.
And then he says to us that they can't fix it because there's just too much work to be done, and that we need to send it back to Heartland because there's just no way it will ever get fixed.
He stated there that they only have 1 service tech, that they're not getting paid by Heartland to do the roof, so they're not going to do it. And plus all the other stuff. This thing has to go back to Heartland. When I called Heartland, she wasn't seeing enough problems. She reached back out to Lakeshore, the dealership, and told them to fix it. We're just sitting here with the dealership and the manufacturer arguing with each other I asked to talk to her boss because I wasn't getting anywhere with her.
We weren't getting through to anyone, no matter how many times we asked. Said we were gonna get a lawyer, or and then they said, if you get a lawyer, then we won't service you at all. We're not gonna work with you, so don't threaten that. Don't threaten social media. Pretty much, I kind of gave up hope for a couple weeks after that because I was so overwhelmed and stressed out. I kind of gave up on pushing and pushing.
Like after all these issues, we're a couple months into it. I told Heartland's customer service guy, I told him I don't want repairs. I just want a new camper because this is full of mold now. The kitchen sink at this point is just leaking into the underbelly.
Oh,
It's not going into the tank at all.
yeah, so that happened the day it was serviced. So after we took that back from Lakeshore, we heard this leaking.
When she was doing dishes.
And he said, "You running water?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm doing the dishes." And he said, "You probably shouldn't do that. The water's leaking into the underbelly." And it literally was flooding out all over the ground.
$120,000 pile of crap. Heartland Cyclone. That's one of the many issues. This is a brand new unit.
That was just a broken pipe between the sink and the gray tank. Every time we pull off from a spot, the water would just pour everywhere. I'm not talking just a little bit of water. It's just down the whole street. It's just leaving a trail miles. The guy at Heartland referred a dealer to service our unit. It was a 4-hour drive. We agreed on the roof, the gray water tank, the plumbing. The refrigerator had gone out too, completely gone out. We dropped it off at M60RV November 21st.
And they were supposed to have it until December 4th, but had contacted us saying it was done early.
I took a 4-hour trip back down to the Indiana border. They were like in a hurry. They wouldn't walk me through it. They let me climb a ladder to look at the roof, that the roof was done, but they had it all shut up, ready to be loaded up and to get out of there.
And when I spoke to her, it sounded like the guy was going to give you a full walkthrough. She told me everything they fixed, and I was like, I was so appreciative. I felt like
Yeah.
they'd actually gotten somewhere.
Yeah, we had some hope. I'd say about 30 miles heading back north on the highway. I got the typical, hey, your roof. So I pull over the side of the highway, and the emergency window to the master bedroom is flipped out and folded up over the brand new roof they just put it on. Shattered. I go in and I just try to get the window closed. I get glass in my hand, glass all over me from, folding it back down. Now the camper's wide open, and I got a 3.5-hour drive still. We booked it at the campground, and it's nighttime by the time I get up there. Filling the big girl up with water. Just picked it up from the service center. They put a new roof on it, a new refrigerator, and they fixed the gray tank, and a couple other things. But what they did not do is latch my window when they were done working on it. So it folded up over the roof there, bent the frame, busted out the top glass. I'm gonna be sleeping in the cold tonight, guys. I get all hooked up, get it full of water.
I just got out of work, so I just gotten home, and I'm inside, and you flip the water on, and I was cleaning up the glass, and I see this pool of water.
It's cold. It's everywhere.
I know, there's water
I
everywhere.
can't. It's like just pouring.
I know. Sorry, honey. It was coming from underneath of the fridge, which they just put a new fridge in it. Well, they said they put a new motherboard in it. So, but he did tell me when I was there, he's like, I pinched a line in your fridge for your ice maker, but I fixed it.
Which I didn't want ever set up.
I go to unscrew the fridge from the floor to pull it out to see what's going on. There's no screws holding the fridge in. They never screwed it back in. And I noticed 2 dents on our refrigerator doors. So I don't know if it came out during travel and hit the counters and then it went back in. I pull it out and there's just water pouring out of the ice maker line that's not hooked up to the fridge.
Yeah.
Now we got glass on the floor, water. Our 7-year-old is in the living room on the couch. Our dog, he's walking all through it, I go outside and I open the outside refrigerator door, and I see that they cut a hole in the wall right there. So he just cut a hole in the wall of our $126,000 camper, and he patched the hole with a bigger piece of wood that didn't line up or nothing. So I fixed the ice maker, I just hooked it up because that's all I could do. I didn't have a shut-off valve. And then now she's in the bathroom. Honey, the hot water's not working.
Wouldn't run at all.
It's running in the kitchen, but not running in the bathroom, the shower, or the faucet.
Cold water? Ready?
Yeah.
I don't know what they did wrong there, but we're still without hot water now. The window in the master bedroom, we ran up to Walmart. I think it was like 10:40. I had like 20 minutes to get there. I fly up there and I just get some tape, to seal it off. I tape it on the inside, put cardboard up, tape it on the outside. And it's snowing and raining up here. It's that time of year. It's in the teens. We're losing all kinds of heat, not only from the window, but the door that has a big gap in it still. When they pulled the roof up, they noticed the manufacturer cut the wood too short behind the front cap, and they just patched it. M60RV made note of that, and they just resealed it too, but it's still, I guess it's missing some wood behind the front cap.
They noted due to the time restraint, they could not fix it, but they were done way early. Had I known there was roof damage before we bought it, I probably wouldn't have bought the unit.
I took the air conditioning cover off from inside the master bedroom to look up in there. And when they put this new roof on, they actually drilled into the roofing material. And when they did that, the material grabbed the bolt and spun and ripped the roof in that corner of the AC. So I'm sure that is going to peel up again like it did the first time. The guy from Heartland, I emailed him and the service center and said, look, this isn't acceptable. You guys are responsible for the window for sure. Like, I can probably deal with the other stuff and fix some of it, but I'm not okay with you cutting a hole in my wall and the window. And he wants me to take it back to them, and I'm done. I'm not taking it back. If I messed up all this stuff just from repairing 3 things, why would I take this back to them again? We're scared to take it to another service center. I want a full buyback of this RV.
Plus, it's been exposed to all these elements already. Rain, snow.
And we don't want to get another cyclone and probably have the same issues because we see other people out there that are having similar issues with the same year, make, and model.
This camper was more for a luxury for us.
We still have our 40-foot Cedar Creek.
Granted, it doesn't tow our side-by-side in it. We have to drive 2 separate vehicles. That's why we wanted the toy hauler.
We booked UTV Takeover, and we booked Camp Razor and Glamis, and we've had to cancel those. You don't get your money back for that stuff when you do that.
Right now we're bouncing from people's houses and stuff because we can't stay in the camper because it's too cold.
We're not homeless.
No.
But we're pretty close because of Heartland. They declined to buy back the RV. Twice now. They said, if you want your RV fixed, you have to take it back to M60RV. And I gave them one more chance. A lawyer told me to give them a demand letter. And my final demand letter was to purchase back the unit. Otherwise, we're going to go further. And if we go further, we're going to be asking for more than just the price of the unit. We're going to be asking for hotel rooms that we pay for, the fuel, the food, the inconvenience, the heartbreak,
the materials we've had to pay for to fix it,
the missing the trips that we already paid for, all of it, And they still declined. Maybe this will do something and kick them in the butt. I don't know. And if not, at least we can save other people the heartache of going through this. Get an inspection. That might not even help. Half the time you won't notice something until you go out and camp. And don't deal with Lakeshore RV in Muskegon, Michigan. I can tell you that. They ghosted us for months.
Yeah, you actually are blocked on Facebook.
Yep, they blocked me on Facebook because every time they would post a cyclone, I'd say, hey, I'm having trouble with mine.
Picking the right dealer is crucial. See my recent video with tips about finding a good one.
We bought the extra warranty on the tire, and we're even given issues about getting that fixed. I'm like, I have the warranty for that, and you're still telling me no.
If I had any advice to give to somebody looking to purchase a new RV, I honestly would stay away from a fifth wheel. I would buy a coach, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, because they have issues too.
Pre-COVID, I do feel like the units were built better.
The lack of workforce out there now, I think they're just
slapping it together and calling it good. I really wish they would just make this easy, buy it back so we can be done with them.
I reached out to both dealers, Lakeshore RV where they purchased it and M60 where they had it repaired. Both dealers responded to my email and both of them declined to comment. I also contacted Heartland, who makes the Cyclone. I've yet to hear back. I will definitely keep you posted on this case.
We ride side-by-sides and we race and do crazy stuff with it. But if you want to see more, Hooligan UTV is our YouTube name, and we're also on Facebook. So if you want to meet up and ride or just see what's going on with us, you can check us out there.
If you found this video valuable, please like, subscribe, and share. And let me know in the comments any advice you have for Colt and Jamie or for anyone shopping for an RV. And if RV life calls you, I hope you come out here and give it a try.